Hey, you guys. Oh my God, I should have started vlogging like earlier today because I just got off of doing a 2-hour live stream. Actually, I went like 2 hours and 20 minutes. And 11:11, make a wish. And I had such a great time. And I guested a bunch of people. It was just so much fun. I had like such a great time. Oh shoot. Oh my God. There was something that I needed, but forget it. I'm not gonna get it. I can't get it. Do I have my wallet? I have my wallet. Okay. So if you didn't know, I did tonight. I think I'm gonna start doing them like once every other week, or I don't know. I might do long ones, just depends. But I did a really long You Now stream. I went on for, did I ever show you guys I got my Desi Perkins sunglasses? The key ones that are Q-U-A-Y. I love them. But anyway, so I went from 8 to 10. I'm gonna try to do earlier sometimes too. Like Alex went to this birthday thing tonight. So a lot of people are like, doesn't Alex care if you go on? No, he doesn't care at all. And in fact, he was like, I think I wanna maybe do some live streams with you. So it was interesting, like when marriage counseling, the counselor was like talking about each of us being interested in like each other's stuff, and had mentioned like Al-Anon to Alex, and it also mentioned like maybe him doing some stuff with my YouTube stuff, and Alex was like, I would like to do more stuff with his YouTube stuff, and so I think he's gonna be a little bit more involved in some of my YouTube stuff. But anyway, so I think I'm gonna go on for, it was so much fun. I guested people. I don't love guesting people, but like tonight, it was such a blast. I had such a good time doing it. And yeah, it was super fun. So that was that, and now I'm going to pick up Tanya. I'll tell you what I've done today. So I had to go to my office for a while. I wrote for a while, and then while Alex worked, and then I came home. What did I do after that? Went to the post office, went to the bookstore, came home, got Jimmy John's, and had a turkey sandwich from Jimmy John's, and that's about it. And then did my took a nap. Oh, cleaned the bedroom floor, my side of it, because Alex had already done his side, because we're gonna do our video tomorrow of putting up the bed, which we're so excited. I can't believe we're gonna have a new bed. It's so weird. And it was so fun, and it was so crazy, like doing the live stream tonight, and like actually talking to people that like comment on my videos, like Beth. And Beth got lost somewhere at the end if you were watching it, but like Lori came on, and who else? Let's see, Dustin came on for a little while, and Autumn came on. She was like the first one. And Ola, oh my God, Ola like made me start crying, and it's because like she sends me these really emotional snaps all the time about like what my videos do for her and stuff. And then to like be able to actually be interacting with her and talking to her, it was like, it's really weird, you know, like I've really tried to, you know, my main channel, I try to be funny and haha, but like on my other channels, I'm just myself on the main channel, honestly. It's like if I went out to dinner with people, but like on, you know, my vlog on this channel, and on my, you know, booktube channel, and even on my main channel, you know, I try to just like bring happiness into people's lives, and you know, be myself, and, you know, try to give somebody a little bit of escape every day. And I think everybody is on YouTube for different reasons. You know, I think people are on YouTube to make a lot of money. That's just not my thing. I mean, I don't make a lot of money off of it. So, you know, I think other people are on there because they want fame. I think other people are on there because they love to make videos. And I think there's different reasons why people love to make videos. Because they're very creative and they, like to do like plan them out and script them and things like that. That's not me. I love to make videos because I like to make people laugh. I like to make people think about their lives. I like to make people think, like, what do I want my life to be about? Or, like, oh, I had never thought of it that way. And, like, it's such a cool I mean, I could start crying right now. It's such a cool platform for me to realize that, like, I don't know. It's just like, we look at social media and we look at it in such a negative way. And then, like, so many people are like, oh, social media is bad, and I hate Twitter, and I hate Instagram, and everybody wants to be beautiful. And, like, there is that, right? But then how cool is it that, like, I have met all of these amazing people that I would never have met had I not started this channel. And it was so cool. This one moment for me was very cool. This 19-year-old gay kid came in, and he was so polite. He kept on calling me sir. And he said, like, oh, he was like, I found, he wanted to be guested. And, like, and it was funny because his picture on YouNow was, like, him laying down sideways. And I was like, this is, like, he was the only one left I hadn't guessed it. And I was like, okay, so I should probably guessed him, right? Like, I've guessed everybody else. But it just wasn't somebody that I would typically, like, I don't guest people anyway, but, like, I don't know. It just, something about it kind of, like, made me a little uncomfortable. So anyway, but he was, like, sitting in a chair, and he was, like, so nice. And he was like, yeah, he was like, he called me sir. And he was like, I came in, he was like, I just kind of found your live stream because you were, like, in the LGBT hashtag. And he was like, and then he goes, I just have to tell you that I think that you're absolutely amazing. And he was like, you just are such a really neat guy. And I just was, I don't know. It's just like that interaction that is so cool to me. And he was talking about, I asked him, like, where he's going to go to college and what he's going to study and all that kind of stuff. And I love that, Beth had me laughing my ass off. Ola had me crying. And one of the things that I really liked was that Lori, who is actually who I met, if you go back on my main channel, I have a vlog from when I went with my aunt and uncle and everybody after Thanksgiving weekend to French Lick, Indiana. It was the last trip I got to take with my aunt. And I met Lori there. She happened to come down to see the Christmas tree that's in this place, and I was there, and she found me. And she said, so anyway, she came in tonight and she said, one of the things I want people to know is that, like, when I met you, you're exactly like what you see on camera. Like, you're no different. And she was like, you really took interest in my daughter. Her daughter's 13 and her daughter's friend. She was like, you really took interest in my daughter. And she was like, and you smelled amazing, which was so funny. She was like, he smells so good, which was so funny. But, like, I love that. Like, I love that people, like Katie from Miss Fucking Wonderful has said that too. Like, she's like, I've known Peter for 10 years, and he's exactly who he is. Like, on camera, he's exactly who he is in person. And, like, that's a compliment to me that I'm not, like, phony on camera or different, because I want to be able to be so comfortable in my own skin and show everybody that watches my videos that you can be just as comfortable in your own skin too, and people will love you. And you don't have to be, like, I think, like, this whole term, the wolf pack that we got, called, like, anybody that, watches me or, like, watches my videos, we all call each other the wolf pack, woof, woof. And I think on a bigger level, what it kind of stands for me is just, like, a bunch of people that, like, all come together, and can find, through our differences and likenesses and whatever, that similarities that make life a little bit easier, a little bit more enjoyable, a little bit more teachable. And it was really interesting when Ola was in there. I was like, now Ola, because, like, people have told me this, she was like, I was like, you've met other people through watching my videos that you've become friends with, right? She was like, oh yeah, like Autumn and I, and she named a couple, Tammy, or Tracy or Tammy, and then she was like, she named a couple people, and she was like, we talk, like, on Twitter and stuff. And that's not just me. I mean, there's a lot of YouTubers that people do that with, especially, like, in I think the drama community, that happens more often. But when people are talking about drama, like, off, you know, from watching the video. But, like, isn't that cool that, like, we meet through social media, like, in that way? And just from me getting up and making silly little videos about stuff, you know? I don't know, I love that. I do not love the fact that I have to be up at 8:45 in the morning for a sobriety commitment, of which I'm very tired. And I don't want to have to go do that. And I would, to be honest with you, I would love to go to the casino tonight and not have to do that tomorrow. But we'll see. I might maybe go to the casino, and then if I leave early, I'll go. And if I don't leave early, then I'll skip the commitment in the morning. I've never skipped it, so I'm not perfect. It is what it is. Or I'll go and just be super tired. And then I have to come right home and I have to film our video of putting the bed together. Because, like, not even because of the video, because, like, Alex wants the bed up. He's like, it's time to get the bed up. I want the bed up. His back has been hurting him so bad lately. And our 9-year anniversary is in August. 6 years married, 9 years together. And we really want to take another trip, but we have to pay for Mexico first. So we're trying to, like, maybe even just go out of town for the weekend or something, you know? We'll see. And we were talking about that tonight. He went to, they're at karaoke, and he's like, I'm so bored, I'm at karaoke. But so we were talking about, like, a way, you know, like, to maybe take a small trip, something that's cheap, you know? We haven't done that for a while. When we first got together, we used to go to Louisville, like, every couple months and go out. And we haven't been to Louisville since the old bar, The Connection, closed and the new bar, Play, opened. So maybe we could do that for our anniversary. That might be kind of a fun weekend. Anybody live in Louisville that'd like to do a meetup? Oh, Olivia and her boyfriend Eli, they were on my live stream. I got to meet Olivia's mom, and that was really cool. I was like, thank you for raising such an amazing daughter, because she comes in there all the time, and she's so sweet. And Tia and Joey came in, but, like, for some reason, it kept on, like, you couldn't hear Tia, and I felt so bad because Tia is, like, so interactive with my videos, and she's so interactive on my YouNow, and she's just such, I love Tia, and she's, like, somebody that I really wanted to be able to, like, you know, show on there, so anyway. I know Tanya, she just took a bath and she's gonna get in this car. She's like, turn that camera off. I don't want to be on that. She's so not fun when she hasn't been on a vlog in a long time. She's gonna be on a vlog. I don't care what she says. I'm putting her on a vlog. I'm gonna be like, girl, you need to get over it. We haven't talked about this in a while, and a lot of people have asked about this, about Thailand. So we are planning Thailand. We're trying to do it. I mean, I guess you can go to Thailand rather cheap. So we're trying to make it as cheap as possible. Megan actually sent me a lot of stuff about Thailand. A couple other people have sent me stuff about Thailand. We're trying to figure out, if you live in Thailand or if you've gone to Thailand, what is the best time of year to go? Can you let us know? We're trying to plan that. We're going to do it in 2018. And so next year we're going to do, here are our trips. Are you ready? March, we're doing Ultra. We're going to do Coachella, which is in April. Alex really wants to do Coachella next year, so I agreed. If I don't go, he's gonna go alone, so I might as well go to Coachella. And then we're gonna do Thailand next year. I think those are the 3 big trips that we're taking. And then I really want to go to Gatlinburg at some point, because I miss going to Gatlinburg, and that is a cheap trip. It's a 6-hour drive. You can get a cabin for the weekend that's not super expensive. It's really fun. There's lots of stuff to do. You can putt golf. You can go swimming. You can go to Dollywood. I've never gone to Dollywood. I would lose it if I went to Dollywood. I am such a huge Dolly Parton fan. Tanya just texted me. Where are you at? Well, I'll text you when I get in your driveway and tell you that I'm here. Dream. It seems later than it is. It's 11:25. Can you guys believe that I'm actually here, like, on the vlog so early tonight? Because, you know, like, the car vlogs are always, like, late, right? But tonight it's not. I trimmed my beard today to do my live. I was so excited about my stream, and I was like, I asked people in there, I was like, I think she's standing right inside of her doorway. I think you can see her. Here, my husband just sent me this. Hold on, we'll watch it and see. Hilarious. Come on, Tanya. Anyway. She does this to me. Okay, so when I called her after my YouNow stream, I was like, do you want to go to get a fountain? And she was like, I want to go to Meijer. And I was like, okay. And then she's like, but give me 20 minutes because I want to take a bath. She takes like the quickest baths in the world, right? And I was like, okay. So she texted me and she's like, where are you at? And like, that was like 3:25. That was a minute ago. And I said, where are you at? And I said, I'm here. Oh, here she comes. Girl, what are you doing? I've been keeping this vlogging camera on waiting for you.
What?
I've been keeping this vlogging camera on waiting for you. She's eating something. She went like this. Cut it off. So I'll get her on here in just a second. So I just dropped Tanya off. I went in and said hi to her husband. And I will show you what I got. Meijer. My Meijer haul of two things. I got 100 count Aleve for my migraines. And then I got this book. Meijer has the best book collection ever, like the book area. And the book I got was called I'm Thinking of Ending Things by Lane Reed. Apparently it's New York Times bestseller. But I looked it up on Goodreads while I was there, and it was like a 3 point. It didn't get very good ratings. I don't know. But I thought if I don't pick something for my 7th book for Booktubeathon, I might pick this because it's actually kind of a short read. It is 210 pages. So it's like a short book, right? Yeah, so I might do that for my 7th book of Booktubeathon. I still have to finish all of my books that I started last summer because I don't want to go into Booktubeathon reading like 6 books from last summer. So, and I have to plan it out too because like I have to figure out which audiobook I'm going to listen to during Booktubeathon because like I have a couple of the books that I put on the polls, I also have the audiobooks of. So I may do that. I was actually going to pick Chamber of Secrets for my 7th book, by the Harry Potter book, but I think like I want to save that for something else. I don't know. Tanya and I drove around forever. We drove around for like an hour. We had a good time. She works so much. Like in the summer, it's like one of her busiest times. Summer and the like Christmas time because of the kennel. But I don't get to see her a whole lot during that time. I really do not want to get up tomorrow morning to do this sobriety thing, but I need to. So I guess I'll just stomach it and do it. Like, I talk so much, you know, in my videos about being like the better person, being the better version of yourself and all that kind of stuff. Like, it's not always easy. You know, it's easier to be lazy and not get up and not participate. My husband texted me to see what he said before this light turns. Oh, he sent me a picture. I mean, it's easier to like not participate and all of this kind of stuff. And, you know, it's sometimes easier to be a bitch and not be, you know, I mean, there are a lot of moments where I'm like, ooh. I mean, Tanya and I were talking tonight about a situation with me and some person, and she was like, I don't know why you don't just call it out for what it is. And I'm like, because, I mean, it's just, why? Like, it's not necessary for me, and it's just easier to not have that rift. And, but it's not like I don't want to call people out, you know what I mean? Like, gosh. My dad and I are going to have lunch this week. He texted me today. He's like, hey, let's have lunch this week, which I thought was really interesting on the heels of me just talking about that on my vlog the other day, don't you think? Let me text Alex back. His friend from Dallas is in town. They're going to have brunch like late tomorrow afternoon after we do the bed stuff, put our new bed together. I cannot believe we are going to have a new bed tomorrow. It's so weird to me, like, I don't know. I mean, like, it's just so weird. I don't know why it's weird to me. Like, I had a different bed for 15 years before this bed. And I remember when we moved into the condo, it was my mom's bed, and Alex was like, we need to get a new bed. I mean, we've talked about it forever, and I'm like, yeah, we do need to get a new bed. But we've, like, never done it. So, we have a duvet cover that his friend Sarah got us from, I can't remember where she got it, like Macy's or Nordstrom or something. It was somewhere that we registered. Maybe it's from Crate and Barrel, because we got it for our wedding, and we've had it sitting there forever, and we've never used it. So I was like, we need to use that for our new bed. And we're going to start doing the bathroom downstairs. We're going to get the bathroom downstairs fixed, which we don't really have to do anything. We just have to paint the walls. We have a mirror that we're putting up in there. We're taking it. It just has like a square mirror right now. We're going to take the mirror down. And then we're going to put up this mirror that we bought a while ago. Did we buy it or did somebody give it to us? I can't remember, but we're going to put it in there. And it's just like this oval mirror that's like gold. And then we're going to get new hardware for the shelves and stuff. The toilet's brand new. We bought that like 2 years ago. So that bathroom will be really easy to put together. And then the bedroom, we need to get new nightstands. We want to do that. We have the lamps. We just need to like fix the foundation in the corners of the wall, and then we need to yeah, we need to do that, and then we need to paint the room. We want to paint it like this corpse grayish blue color. And then I have this oriental painting that my mom had, this really cool frame that my aunt had always wanted. So I gave it to my aunt. Did I talk? I feel like I just talked about this on my vlog not too long ago. This is like such stupid stuff. But anyway. So like I gave it to my aunt after like a couple years ago for Christmas because Alex had got me, he like blew up one of our wedding pictures. That's the picture that's over our bed. And so we put that up there and we took down the oriental painting. But when my aunt passed away, my cousin Caroline was like, do you want it back? And I was like, yeah, sure. So we may put that up there. we need to like start really thinking about what we want to do to the house. I really want to make like the house a home. There's some things I want to do that like Alex is not going to want to do. Like Alex is very minimalist when it comes to like decorating and things. I mean, we have enough like knick-knack kind of BS that he doesn't like. But I love like colorful space. And I want like a bright green something. Like really green. Like I was thinking it would be really fun if inside, like in the kitchen, in the window, like if we painted like the windowsill like bright green. I don't know why I think that would be fun, but it would. You guys, look at the sky. It is so beautiful outside right now. Let me show you. Look at that. It's supposed to be a full moon tonight, maybe. You can't really see it the closer I get, but isn't that so pretty? It's been such a relaxing day. And like, honestly, I usually would be like, kind of like, oh, I want to go to brunch on Sunday too. But I don't. He said fun. But I don't really care that I'm not going to, well, I could totally go to brunch with them tomorrow because like this is a friend of his that I know really well and stuff like that. But I think he kind of wants to catch up with her alone. They used to work together and they went to high school together. But anyway, but since I have the sobriety thing, then we're going to do the video as soon as we get home. I get home, and then he's supposed to go to brunch at like 1 or 2. I'm like, I am going back to bed, like immediately following. Because then I have my home group meeting tomorrow night too. So. I'm really hungry right now. I can't even tell you how much fun it was on that live stream tonight, and then like everybody was like tweeting me out and stuff. Afterwards, and they were like, oh my god, I had so much fun and blah, 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 whatever. And I just love that interaction, you know, of people. I just think it's so much fun. It was so funny. Tanya and I were talking tonight about like how, like sometimes like she gets sick of people because she's like interacts and works with people all the time, and I'm like, well, I'm like totally sitting in this parking lot next to the Goodwill store, Total's Hand, and the Dollar Tree, and I'm like, I don't really get sick of people because I'm not really around people that much, you know. And she was like, I know, you're lucky you don't have to be around people that much. And I'm like, well, sometimes I get lonely. I used to talk about this on here a lot. It's like, Alex and I actually have been seeing a lot of each other lately. Like the last month, we've seen so much of each other. I don't feel like romantically lonely or lonely from him. I just don't have like, and it's hard as you get older to develop, I think, like brand new friendships, because you're like, I don't know, especially when people have kids and families and careers and stuff. It's like, how do you find the time to like, so if you go out to dinner once a week, it's like, I don't know. It's like, you know, my friendship with Tanya is 20 years of seeing her 4 to 5 times a week. And it's hard as you get older. It's like, you still want friends, but it's like you're not in first grade meeting the class of 30, you know, for the first time, where, you know, you've got 12 years to get to know each other and who you like and who you don't like. And not that I think that that's any easier, because it's not, but I don't know. It's like, I think sometimes I get so lonely I don't realize how lonely I am, if that makes any sense at all. I don't know if that does, but like, I think I've gotten so used to being alone that maybe I confuse being alone with being lonely. Like, I'm very comfortable, like, with the dogs, just being by myself. Because I know Alex is coming home. And then, you know, we spend some time together, eat dinner together or whatever. And, I know I'll see Tanya. If I don't see her, you know, every day, I see her, you know, like I usually drive by the kennel like once a day, or like we'll get a fountain coke, fountain pop later, you know, in the night. And, so I typically see her, you know, like once a day, once every other day. We talk every day on the phone, and I have a few other friends like Melissa that I talk to and I see, and but not like my friend Lori, but not from like, not, I don't know. But then the thing is, it's weird. It's like, if I started like calling people all the time, and when like Alex is so like social with people and his phone's constantly going off, and you know, he's constantly talking to people, and it's like, I don't, to be honest, like, I know this is horrible. It's like, I don't want that either. So it's like, am I really lonely? Like, or have I just gotten used to being alone so much that I almost kind of enjoy it? But then I think that people a lot of times see that as me being like antisocial. Not like the diagnosis antisocial, but being like antisocial, you know, like not wanting to be social, not wanting to go out. And I would probably say that in the last couple, like the last month or two, like my social anxiety has improved a lot. Like I don't really have that problem anymore. And even though like I want to lose weight, like I'm not at a point where I won't go do things because of my weight. Like that was a big excuse for a long time, but I don't feel like that anymore. I don't really care, you know, like I just really don't care. So, I don't know, it's just like, this is totally a different subject, but this is kind of on what I was talking about last night with authentic YouTubers. It's like, I was just watching these, so somebody tweeted me, and then like I went to their like Twitter account. Like when people like follow me or tweet me, I usually go to their Twitter account or their Instagram, and I like look at it, and I was looking at who this person follows, I was looking at their media, and they had like met another YouTuber that's, you know, whatever, everybody knows this person. And so like I was like, but I hadn't really watched, I watched like one of this person's videos, and so like I went and I watched like another one of his videos, and I was like, this person is so vain. Like this YouTuber is like, I could not stomach being around, and I think this is part of my reasoning with like not wanting to like meet a lot of new people. I was like, I could not stomach being around you for 5 minutes. I mean, like, it just, like, everything was about him. And I thought, oh my God, like, how do you even live that way? Like, do you not care about anybody else but yourself? It's so sad, you know? It just... And what's this new thing with all of these young YouTubers constantly talking about drinking, drugging, and partying? Like, I can remember, like, okay, those kids ain't got nothing on me. There's not anything out there that I haven't done besides heroin, and the only reason why I didn't do heroin was because nobody offered it to me. But I sure as shit wasn't singing from the rafters about how much pot I was smoking and how much cocaine I was snorting and how much alcohol I was drinking. It wasn't like my proudest moment. Like I wasn't sitting there going, well, last night, you know, we did 2 8-balls. I mean, like I wasn't saying that shit. Like it's so like tacky to me. It's like you're bragging about how many drugs you do. Like what does that say about your character of who you are? Like, you know, like, look at that for a second. You know, you're more concerned about how your hair looks and letting the world know how many drugs you do than, like, anything deeper about who you are as a person. Like, that's really sad. And when you take the drugs away and you take the hair away, who are you? Like, what's your worth? What's your value? And I think that makes me so sad of like so many people, and that's not an age thing. That's not a young or an old thing. Hell, I've met just as many people that are 50 or 60 years old that are so vain and consumed with, you know, their looks and appearances, but like past that, like they don't have anything of value or worth, not to the world, not to somebody else, but to themselves, you know? And it's like, do you know that? And so you have to build up those other things. It's like the bully who's mean to somebody, because if they're mean to them, then they feel better about themselves. Well, it's like, if you only focus on these things that come so easily to you because you're a beautiful physical person, then is it easy to ignore the fact that you don't really have anything else going on for you? And if that's the case, you know, things like compassion, empathy, intelligence, academics, education, in what area? I don't care if you want to learn how to knit, read a book, paint, you know, whatever, but like, those are things that you can acquire. Those aren't things that you have to, like, listen, you know? Like, I was not super smart growing up. I did not get good grades. But that doesn't stop me from growing as a human being and being a better version of myself on a regular basis. I don't know. It's just so disturbing to me. Like, and yet, when you look at the people that have the mass following, like on YouTube and social media and Instagram and things like that, it's those people that have the huge following. It's those superficial people that people are attracted to, especially young kids, like younger kids, and I mean like 15 to 20, because I think a lot of them are like sitting in their rooms or sitting in college or sitting in their own like existences, that they're judging against that, and they're thinking, oh my God, my life is so sad in comparison. No, it's not. What's sad is, you know, 10 years from now, when the looks are gone, there's going to be nothing there except for that you had a really great Instagram career. What does that say, you know? I don't know. It means nothing. It reminds me a lot of that movie Lost in Translation. I love that movie so much. It's one of my all-time favorite movies. And, you know, I love the friendship, borderline romance that occurs between, you know, Bill Murray and, what is her name? I'm going to turn this off for a second. Okay, I thought for a second that might be a cop behind me. I got pulled over the other day for having a headlight out, and the guy was so nice to me, the police officer was so nice to me. But I'm like, I really don't want to get like 2 warnings in a row, and I was driving with my lights on, so anyway. It reminds me so much of like the friendship / kind of romance between Scarlett Johansson and Bill Murray, that, you know, that genuine meeting between two people, that genuine friendship that occurs, that's like the unmistakable connection of two souls aligning. And it's always interesting to me when I meet somebody new through like social media, or somebody that watches one of my videos that really connects with me or something, because I'm such a believer that people come into our lives for a reason a lot of times. So I'm always like, is this the person that's coming into my life for a reason? Like, am I supposed to learn something from them? You know, like, what is this about? And it's actually kind of an exciting way to look at the world, you know? Like tonight in my live stream, somebody asked me, like, how do you stay motivated? Was this tonight or was it last night? Maybe it was last night. Like, how do you stay motivated and upbeat on a daily basis? Well, I don't. You know, I get down and depressed and sad too. And, but one of the things that I try to do is that, like, I try to wake up on a daily basis, and try to have this attitude of like, okay, what's gonna happen today that like I am not prepared for, that's positive? Like, you know, like what exciting thing could possibly happen today, you know, what really good thing could happen today. And not every day something really exciting happens, but a lot of days really exciting stuff happens. Or a lot of days I meet somebody new, you know, a lot of days I interact with somebody in a new way or whatever. It's like, okay, so yesterday when I got up, like this is a corny example, but whatever. I had no idea. Yeah, I knew that the BookTube challenges were coming out, BookTubeathon challenges, but I had no idea what I was gonna do for BookTubeathon, okay? For my TBR, for my To Be Read. And then I just like 5 minutes before I sat down to do the video, I was like, oh my God, what am I gonna do? And I was like, well, why don't I just ask them, people that watch the video, you know, for suggestions. And then I was like, oh my God, I'll do polls, right? And I'll let them pick the books that I do. And I got so excited about it. And it was like, I was like jotting down like ideas, and I made the video and I put it up. And then today, like I came home from my office and I was like sitting down and I was like going through the answers that people had given me. And I was like writing down, like I came up with like 6 or 8 books for each category, and then like I made a poll out of each one, and like all night tonight I've been like going back and like looking at the polls to see what people like voted, like what books they're picking for me, which is kind of terrifying that I'm letting somebody else pick my TBR for a readathon, but it is what it is. And but that was like exciting for me today, you know, going on the YouNow stream tonight. I looked forward to that all day long. And in fact, I said at one point, I said, does anybody else in here like was looking forward to this and got like really cheesed out and like got a fountain pop? Because that's my, you know, on my YouNow stream, my little, like if you subscribe to my channel, my YouNow stream, it's a little fountain pop that goes next to your name. And so I was like, I told everybody last night, get treats, do this, blah, 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 I'm gonna have some surprises. And I was like, did anybody else like look forward to that? Everybody was like, or not everybody, but there were like 20 people that were like, yes, I look forward to it all day long. I was like, oh my God. And you know, it's exciting just to look at the small things like that in life, that like this right here, this street, here I will show you just so you can see how completely creepy strange it is. The street right here, if you turn down that way, is where Herb Baumeister's house, Foxhollow Farms is. So, and people keep on putting in my videos that they see orbs behind me, and I don't like it. It makes me nervous. I just said that, and then did you see the moon flashing right there? That spooked the shit out of me for about 10 seconds, you guys. I just lost my, oh my God, that scared the hell out of me. Oh my God. For I just talked about orbs and then the moon. Wouldn't it be funny if I like looked over there and then the moon was out there and I'd be like, oh my God, that truly is an orb, but no, that's the moon. Yeah, but I think it's about like finding small things. It was like, okay, so this is so funny. So if you go to the book, if you guys are wanting to do the BookTubeathon, people are like, what even is this? Who cares? Just go look up BookTubeathon on YouTube, and there's a whole channel for it, and it explains what it is, and it also has the challenges. Well, on the challenge one, it has the TBR video, and people could like pick what they wanted the TBR to be, right? And or no, they could, I'm like not thinking what I'm saying. Okay, so people could link their TBR video on there in the comment sections, and then they're gonna pick one at random, and Penguin Books is gonna send that person an entire box of books. Oh my God, I want that box so bad. I would love to get sent a box of books from somebody. I would die. Like, I just love books so much. But anyway, and they're all brand new releases for 2017, right? How cool would that be? So I went through last night, I was sitting on my front porch, and like for an hour I went through and I just watched like all of these booktubers and their TBRs, and a lot of these people were people that literally, like, you want to talk about subscriber and view counts, these people had like 1 to 15 subscribers, a lot of them, and they make videos daily. They have 1 subscriber and they're making videos daily. They're not bitching about how many subscribers they have. They're making videos because they absolutely love them. That just like turns my heart. I love that. That makes me so happy that there are people out there that just love the passion. And so I got so excited, and I was like commenting on these videos and stuff. But this one girl, like, she was talking about a book that she picked for her TBR, and she had said, like, she said, oh, she was like, this is the book that was led to me when I did the bookshelf scavenger hunt. And I was like, the bookshelf scavenger hunt? Well, like a month and a half ago, 2 months ago, I came up with this book scavenger hunt. I did it at the library, but you could do it at a bookstore. You could do it anywhere. You could do it at home on your bookshelf. Books and Lala, who I adore, she's a booktuber, a rather well-known booktuber, and she did it, and so like a lot of people did it because of her. And so I went and I watched this girl's video, and she had done the video that I came up with, and I was like, oh my God, like somebody out there like actually did the video, like the tag video that I was so excited by. It made me so happy that like me doing this stupid little thing in the library one day would like bring somebody some kind of joy, you know? I don't know, it just really cheered me up. It just really, I get moved by emotion a lot, because just in knowing how interactions with other people can affect their lives. And really at the end of our life, isn't that all we have anyway? I mean, we don't take the cars, we don't take the trips, we take the memories of the trips, but we don't take the cars, and we don't I have been smelling this woman's perfume in this car, and it has been freaking me out. I keep on smelling this woman's perfume, and I'm like, is there like a spirit in this car or something? And I smelled it on me, and I just realized what it was. Tanya keeps her perfume in her bathroom downstairs, and I sprayed this one called Mysterious Beach, because the bottle was cool, and I wanted to see what it smelled like, and that's totally what it is. So there's no spirit of a woman in this car. It's Tanya's Mysterious Beach. But isn't that what life is all about anyway at the end? I mean, like having been with my mom when she passed away, you know, she wasn't taking her jewelry, she wasn't taking her furniture, she wasn't taking her oriental paintings or her rugs, her clothes, her bags, you know, which she had all gorgeous things, but none of it meant anything to her. And she was somebody that recognized that always in her life, you know? She always recognized that those were just things. It's the memories, it's the interactions, it's the laughs, the tears. Those are the things that really matter, you know? And if we ignore that, then really what does our life speak of? And you don't have to have anybody to interact with that. You know, I've had days where literally my only interaction is going through a fast food place and going to get Starbucks, but I'm at home with my dogs, or, you know, I'm watching a TV show or a Netflix thing, and or all YouTube videos, and I have the same interaction with characters or the same interactions with my dogs. And I've had amazing days not interacting with one person whatsoever, you know? And I think it's all perspective on how we look at the world, and we want the world to mean, you know, like I was telling Tanya tonight, like I'm like almost done with Wentworth this season, and it's so depressing. And but like it really, I feel like those girls are people in my life. Like I don't know if you guys watch TV shows like that, you know, and I know people like feel like that with YouTubers sometimes, and that's why I try so hard to be available, to be a person, to be a human being on camera and in live streams and in social media, because I don't want that to ever be this thing where people think I'm something that I'm not. Which is why it meant so much to me what Lori said tonight when she said he's exactly the same off camera as he is on camera. You know, you watch these YouTubers and you become infatuated with them at some point, and then you realize that, like, oh my God, they think they're celebrities, or they really are celebrities, or they're untouchable because they live this life that's like so unreal. And I know a lot of people don't like her, but I think one of the things that was so attractive to me about Trisha Paytas was when I talked to her, you know, she really was no different on camera than she was, I mean, she was a little bit more amped up on camera, but she was very real, she was very genuine, and that had been mostly my interaction with most YouTubers. You know, without bringing up a whole thing about this, because, you know, everybody then will want to know about, it's already been discussed, it's already whatever. But Charles Gross was the same way. You know, he was very real on the phone. It was so genuine. Just such a real person, such a nice guy, you know, and almost very identical to what he was on his vlogs. And I loved that, you know, that like I would watch his vlogs and then I would talk to him on the phone. And it was like the same thing. And Trisha was the same way. What you see in her car vlogs is like exactly who she is as a person. There's like no difference. And, you know, I think it's when you watch these YouTubers that become very, very full of themselves, and they're like, I don't know, it's just, it's kind of sad, really. I wish everybody all the fame and fortune in the world, I really do. If that's what you're seeking is fame and fortune, then, you know, get it, I think, right? You guys, the police are out in droves tonight. I just do not even understand it. That's what I did. I just like grabbed the camera. And I'm like way up in Westfield, Indianapolis, or Westfield, Indiana, which is where Alex's mom lives. And there's like nobody out here, which is why I drive out here. It's like country roads. Okay, I'm gonna show you the sky right now because this is so cool. Isn't that so pretty? I love that. So anyway, you guys are like, Peter, if you stop this car vlog one more time. But yeah, I mean, like, and you know, those are people too that, like, those are YouTubers that do interact a lot with their people that watch their videos and stuff. I don't know why we have such a problem with this word fan. I just don't. You know, I am a fan of these people. You know, I am a fan of Trisha Paytas and Shane Dawson. Even if I met them and I was their good friends, I would still be a fan of theirs. I don't know why, like, that's such a big issue. Like, people are like, you don't have fans. You're just a YouTuber. Bullshit. YouTubers have fans. My husband danced for the Fever when he was in high school, okay, which is a women's basketball team here in Indianapolis. This is a true story. I mean, he was like in high school and he was a dancer, and like they would walk into the stadium, he said, and people would like have signs of his face up, and they would be like, Alex, we love you, we love you. These are hip-hop dancers on a dance team for an Indianapolis women's basketball team, and he had fans. So I don't know why we're so afraid of that word fan. Like, I'm kind of like, I feel honored to be like a fanboy over some of these YouTubers. You know, even the ones that are a lot younger than me. It's like, so what? There's something about them that I enjoy watching, or there's something about their life that's attractive to me. What's wrong with that, you know? People get so upset about that. Oh my God, there is another police officer. Are we kidding? Who just went about 90 miles an hour down the street. Is that a myth when they say that policemen at the end of the month are always like around pulling people over because they have to get their quota? I always thought that was a myth. Maybe it's true. I also wondered if it's a myth, like when people like pull up to a stoplight and they say if you go over it, there's like a sensor in the road, and if you go past the sensor, then it won't go, the light won't change. I thought that was a myth too. Is that a myth? Do you know it's a myth when people say that the only way you can test for LSD is in a spinal tap? That's a myth. You can test for anything in urine. In fact, let's say if you were huffing a Sharpie marker, if you wanted to drug screen for that, labs could drug screen you and tell you that you were huffing a Sharpie marker. Like, they could be that accurate with it. Is that not totally crazy? I mean, if you want to pay enough for that screen. Not the kind you buy at CVS, but... What are other myths? The casino myth that I cannot stand is when those old ladies talk about how they turn the machines off. Oh, well, you know they turn the machines off. I'm like, they do not turn the machines off. They're like, oh, yes, they do. You know, at a certain time of night, they don't want people hitting, so they turn those machines off. I'm like, seriously? Like, I swear to God, every time about 2:30, 3 o'clock in the morning, we'll all be sitting there, none of us are hitting, right? And we all go get our coffee, and we come back, and we're just sitting there, none of us hitting, none of us hitting. They turned them off again, sure did. I know, God, I can't stand when I come this late, and they turn them off. Well, they didn't turn them off last week, and I wonder why they turned. I'm like, seriously? There are so many casino myths for slot players that you would not even believe it. And you know I play with all the old ladies, and I play the same machines. I've talked about that a million times, right? So there are so many myths, though, and it's like one of the myths is that, like, this woman that I play with, the prayer cloth lady that asked me if Jeffree Star could do makeup on her son. Did you all see that video on my other channel? The prayer cloth lady. She believes that my camera shut off because it's internal heat, but I really think it was God telling me I shouldn't be talking about the prayer cloth lady. So the prayer cloth lady, she believes that you have to hit the slot machine, you have to start it at intervals of 10, okay? So like you can only start at like 2 o'clock, 2:10, 2:20, 2:30, okay? Or you'll lose. So if you put a new 20 in, you have to only start at 10 or a 5 or whatever, right? So many of those myths. Oh, there's another myth that, like, you have to let your machine sing. And so what that means is, like, if you go through money and you're losing, you sit there for a second, and then it comes back on and goes, and it plays that song, like that song that's supposed to say, notice me, come put your money in me, and you're going to lose everything, right? I was thinking about going to the casino earlier, but I decided not to. I just don't really feel like it tonight. I really just want to finish Wentworth, but I'm not going to be able to finish it tonight because I have like 5 episodes or 4 episodes left. I was like, I'm not going to the casino tonight. I don't need to blow the money. I'd rather spend it on something else, like bills. Anyway, but I do think I'm going to wrap this up because this has been the craziest car vlog ever because it keeps on cutting off and I've had to turn it off and all kinds of madnesses tonight and stuff like that. So I will talk to you guys tomorrow. If you were in my live stream tonight, thank you so much for coming, you guys. It was so much fun. And I want to get more and more people in there as possible. It was so much fun. We had almost 200 people in there tonight. Excuse me, the whole time. I would love to have 10,000 people in there. $500, said Becky from Roseanne. Anyway, I love you guys so much. I hope you have a wonderful Sunday and a wonderful start to next week. And I hope we have some beautiful weather. It's full moon tonight. Supposedly, it's supposed to be the fullest at 5 a.m. So, my friend and I, Dana, we used to, this was just real quick before I get off here, we used to, like, it's so misty all of a sudden around here. We used to, like, take walks every day. This is, like, when we were, like 20, 21, when I lived in my apartment. And we would do these full moon wishes. And so, like, when it was a full moon, we were walking. I would say, on a full moon, you're going to make 3 wishes and they all come true. And she'd be like, no, they don't. And she had this crush on this guy named Abe back in the day. I don't know how I remember this. He was so cute. Oh, my God. This tall, like, kind of like sandy blonde-haired guy. And he was like, and he was like in a class of hers in college. I wonder what happened to him. Do you ever, like, wonder what happened to people that you only knew for, like, a month? But anyway, she had such a crush on him. And I would give her such a hard time over this Abe guy. And, so she would always, like, one of her wishes, her full moon wishes would be for Abe. So maybe I need to make 3 full moon wishes tonight. Well, they didn't come true for her, so why are they going to come true for me? My first wish is... My second wish is... And my third wish is... Okay, those are my 3 wishes. I love you guys. Make your wishes. Are you doing it? 1, 2, 3. Good night.